People talk a lot about wealth. They talk about money, cars, big houses, gold chains, and luxury vacations. But the truth, wealth doesn't start in your wallet. It doesn't start in your bank account. It starts in your mind. The biggest difference between the rich and the poor isn't always in their environment. It's not always about opportunity. It's not even always about education. It's about how they think. A poor mindset sees lack. It sees fear. It sees I can't. But a rich mindset, it sees abundance. It sees growth. It sees I will. Denzel Washington once said, "Dreams without goals are just dreams." And that's the thing. People with a rich mindset don't just dream, they build, they plan, they grind. They show up every single day with intention. They understand that your mind is the factory of your future. And if that factory is filled with doubt, negativity, and scarcity, then your life will reflect it. I've seen people born into poverty rise to greatness, not because someone handed them $1 million, but because they reprogrammed their mindset. They stopped saying, "Why me?" and started saying, "Why not me?" They looked in the mirror and said, "I'm worthy of more." And they backed that belief with action. See, a poor mindset waits for permission. It waits for someone else to say, "You're good enough." But a rich mindset, it creates its own permission slip. It says, "I may not have all the answers now, but I will find them. I will learn. I will grow. I will succeed." You've got to understand something. Wealth is not just about finances. It's about faith. It's about your habits, your character, your courage. A rich mindset invests in itself, reads when others sleep, listens when others argue, learns when others complain, and acts when others hesitate. You don't attract what you want. You attract what you are. So if you want wealth, become it. If you want success, live like it. If you want abundance, speak it, breathe it, walk like it's already yours. You don't need to be born into wealth to think like the wealthy, but you do need to be reborn mentally, spiritually, emotionally. You've got to decide right here, right now, that you're done with the excuses. You're done with the small thinking. You're done living beneath your potential. The poor mindset will tell you it's too late. The rich mindset will say now is the perfect time. The poor mindset will say, "I'm not smart enough." The rich mindset will say, "I can learn anything." The poor mindset will say, "What if I fail?" The rich mindset will say, "What if I fly?" It's not about where you start. It's about how you think at the start. That's the beginning of everything. Because if you can control your thoughts, you can control your path. And if you can control your path, you can control your destiny. Your breakthrough is not waiting for a paycheck. It's waiting for a perspective shift. Your future isn't trapped in someone else's approval. It's hidden in your own belief. So ask yourself right now, do I think like someone who's building a legacy? Or do I think like someone just trying to survive? Because mindset isn't just a difference. It's the difference. If you can't see it, you'll never chase it. And if you never chase it, you'll never catch it. That's how vision works. See, the rich mindset doesn't just live for today. It sees beyond the moment. It lives in tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. It plans 5 years ahead while others are scrolling through the noise of today. Because vision gives you direction, and direction gives you power. A poor mindset walks in circles. It wakes up, complains, repeats, but a rich mindset, it wakes up with purpose. It moves with strategy. It walks like it knows where it's going, even when the road isn't clear yet. Denzel Washington said, "You have to grab moments when they happen. If you don't, they pass you by." And vision is what allows you to recognize those moments when others miss them, to see the crack in the wall when others only see the brick. You've got to stop letting the lack of evidence stop you. Stop letting your environment limit your imagination. You weren't born to repeat your circumstances. You were born to rewrite them. When you adopt a rich mindset, you stop thinking about what you don't have and you start using what you do have. You realize that your mind is your greatest weapon. Your time is your greatest currency. Your vision is your greatest map. Don't let temporary conditions kill your eternal potential. Don't let small thinking rob you of a big destiny. If no one around you believes it's possible, believe harder. Sometimes God gives you the vision not for them to understand, but for you to follow. A poor mindset waits for proof. It waits for perfect timing. It waits for someone else to go first. But a rich mindset, it steps out even when the road is foggy. It acts on faith. It says, I don't see the full staircase, but I'm climbing the first step. Vision isn't about seeing with your eyes. It's about seeing with your soul. It's about knowing deep down that you were created for something more and walking like it, talking like it, showing up like it every single day. Don't shrink your vision to fit your current life. Expand your life to match your vision. Speak it into existence. Write it down. Pray over it. Work for it. Live for it. Because here's the truth. When you have a powerful vision, you don't need motivation. Your vision will wake you up. It'll pull you out of bed when your body wants to quit. It'll keep you moving when the results are slow. It'll remind you who you are, especially when life tries to make you forget. The rich mindset says, I see it before I have it. The poor mindset says, I'll believe it when I see it. But by the time you see it, it's already too late. Success is for the ones who saw it early, who trusted the invisible, who believed when there was no applause. So here's the question. What do you see when you close your eyes? Do you see excuse or opportunity? Do you see limits or potential? Do you see who you've been or who you're becoming? Because what you see in your mind will one day show up in your life. Let's be clear. Desire will get you excited, but discipline will get you results. A poor mindset is full of wants. I want success. I want freedom. I want to be rich. But those wants mean nothing without the work. The rich mindset doesn't just want it works. It doesn't wait for motivation to arrive. It doesn't ask, do I feel like it today? It shows up regardless. Denzel Washington said it best. Dreams without goals remain dreams, and ultimately fuel disappointment. That's the truth, because without discipline, you'll keep dreaming while others are building. Discipline is the bridge between where you are and where you want to be. It's the habit that forms when you choose to honor your future self, even when your present self is tired, lazy, or distracted. See, the poor mindset always chooses comfort. It says, I'll rest a little longer. I'll start tomorrow. I'll do it when I'm ready. But success doesn't wait for your comfort. Life doesn't pause for your hesitation. The rich mindset chooses commitment over comfort. It understands that discipline is a muscle. The more you train it, the stronger it gets. And the stronger it gets, the more unstoppable you become. There are people less talented than you, less educated, less connected, but they're winning because they kept showing up. They trained while others scrolled. They studied while others partied. They stayed hungry while others settled. Discipline gave them what motivation never could. Don't chase the feeling, build the system. Don't wait for the fire, become the spark. Every champion you admire has one thing in common. They didn't feel like it every day, but they did it anyway. They pushed through the mornings they wanted to sleep. They endured the weeks when nothing made sense. They kept going, not because it was easy, but because the goal was worth it. And that's what separates the rich from the poor. Not money, mindset. You see, discipline isn't punishment. It's freedom. Freedom from regret, freedom from mediocrity, freedom from the lies that say you're not good enough. Because every time you show up, every time you do what needs to be done, you prove to yourself that you are powerful. You are capable. You are becoming. So ask yourself, do I want comfort now or greatness later? Do I want likes on a post or legacy in my life? Do I want ease or excellence? Discipline decides. Poor mindsets live for the moment. Rich mindsets live for the mission. That's the difference. One is reactive, the other is intentional. One seeks pleasure now, the other sacrifices for later. See, the poor mindset always asks, what feels good right now? Where's the quick win? What can I get today? But a rich mindset steps back and asks, what will this cost me in the long run? Where will this take me 5 years from now? Is this building the life I want to break in it? Denzel Washington once said, ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Let that sink in. Because when life is too easy, you stop growing, you stop stretching, you stop chasing what you were born to become. The rich mindset is obsessed with legacy. It's thinking decades ahead, not just about the next paycheck, but about the next generation. Not just about getting rich, but about staying rich through wisdom and purpose. That's why the rich mindset invests. It invests time into learning. It invests money into growth. It invests energy into the future. Meanwhile, the poor mindset spends time binge watching distractions. It spends money on instant gratification. It spends energy complaining instead of creating. Vision requires patience. And patience is hard when you live in a world that rewards fast. Fast food, fast likes, fast money. But real wealth isn't fast. It's slow. It's strategic. It's the result of showing up daily when no one's watching. So if you want to escape the poor mindset, you must start asking different questions. Not how can I win today, but what do I need to plant now to harvest in 5 years? Not what's trending, but what's timeless? Not how can I avoid pain, but what's the purpose behind the pain I'm facing right now? The people who win in life aren't lucky. They're focused. They've trained their eyes to look beyond today's discomfort, to see the reward of consistency. And here's the truth. If you sacrifice for your future will reward you. But if you sacrifice your future for your present comfort, you will wake up one day full of regret. Discipline and vision are a deadly combination. When you know where you're going and you're committed to getting there, nothing can stop you. So stop chasing right now and start building what's next. Because true wealth isn't just about what you have, it's about what you're becoming. And what you're becoming is far more valuable than any dollar in the bank. Let me tell you something that separates the winners from the whiners. Ownership, taking full responsibility for your life without excuses. Poor mindsets blame, rich mindsets claim. The poor mindset says, it's the system, it's the economy, it's because of them. They didn't give me a chance. But the rich mindset says, it's on me. My future is my duty. I don't wait, I work. I don't wish I will. Denzel Washington once said, you pray for rain, you got to deal with the mud too. Meaning what? Don't just ask for blessings. Be ready for the responsibility that comes with them. See, victims look for pity. Leaders look for possibilities. The poor mindset is stuck in the pace rehashing the pain, reliving the betrayal, retelling the loss. But the rich mindset learns from the pain, forgives the betrayal, and moves on to the next chapter. Let's make it plain. You will get knocked down. You will face unfair situations. You will be misunderstood, overlooked, and maybe even betrayed. But how you respond, that's everything. Will you let it define you, or will you let it refine you? Excuses are chains. They keep you locked in the same place, blaming everyone and changing nothing. Responsibility is freedom. The moment you say, this is my life, and I'm responsible for where it goes, you take back your power, because here's the truth. Nobody is coming to save you. Not the government, not your boss, not your family. It's on you. And the moment you accept that, your whole life begins to change. The rich mindset isn't about arrogance. It's about accountability. It's not about pretending the odds aren't real. It's about deciding, I'm not going to be a product of my environment. I'm going to be the architect of my future. Let me ask you this. Are you waiting for someone to believe in you? Are you still angry that they didn't support you? Forget them. Believe in yourself. Become so undeniable that their doubt becomes your fuel. When you stop blaming, you start building. When you stop making excuses, you start making moves. And remember this, nobody owes you anything, but you owe yourself everything: your best work, your best discipline, your best choices. Because in the end, it's not what happened to you that defines you. It's what you chose to do after. There's a difference between having a dream and having a vision. Dreams are what you see when your eyes are closed. Vision is what you pursue when your eyes are wide open. That's the rich mindset. See, poor mindsets get distracted by everything, by opinions, by trends, by fear, by social media, by what they don't have. But a rich mindset, locked in, laser focused, determined. It doesn't matter what they said. It doesn't matter who doubted. It doesn't matter if today looks like defeat. The rich mindset sees beyond it sees what's next. Denzel Washington once said, dreams without goals remain dreams, and ultimately fuel disappointment. Let that sink in. You can't just hope for a better life. You can't just talk about success. You've got to plan it. You've got to schedule it. You've got to protect it. Let me give it to you straight. If you don't focus on your own vision, you'll be used to build someone else's. And the world, it's full of noise, full of temptations to quit, full of voices trying to tell you who you are. But when your vision is clear, you don't chase noise, you create purpose. The poor mindset thinks short term, quick wins, fast money, instant gratification. But the rich mindset, it thinks long term, legacy, impact, value, over time. That's why the rich mindset invests in things that grow: books, skills, relationships, discipline. It plants seeds today for the fruit it'll eat years from now. So ask yourself, where is your focus going? Because where your focus goes, your future grows. You can't grow a powerful life with a scattered mind. You can't build wealth if your energy is leaking into every distraction that shows up on your screen. You've got to learn how to say no. No to nonsense. No to people who waste your time. No to the old version of you that wants to procrastinate. You don't owe everyone your attention. You owe yourself your future. The poor mindset tries to be everywhere for everyone, but the rich mindset, it learns to stay still and move strategically. Denzel once shared this powerful truth: ease is a greater threat to progress than hardship. Comfort zones kill more dreams than failure ever could. Because when you're comfortable, you stop reaching. When you're distracted, you stop growing. Let your vision lead you. Let your focus guard you. Let your mission discipline you. Every great person you admire didn't get there by being casual with their time. They obsessed. They committed. They sacrificed sleep. They shut out the noise. And they kept going when nobody clapped. So today, ask yourself, are you living with vision or just existing with wishes? If it's vision, then protect it like your life depends on it, because in many ways, it does. Let's talk about something deeper than success, deeper than wealth, deeper than fame. Let's talk about legacy. You see, the poor mindset chases luxury. The rich mindset builds legacy. There's a difference. Luxury fades. The car you dream about today will one day break down. The clothes you wear will go out of style. The phone you brag about will soon be obsolete. But legacy outlives you. Legacy is what people say when your name is no longer trending. When you're gone, but your impact remains. Denzel Washington said, "You'll never see a U-Haul behind a hearse." Think about that. You can't take any of this with you. Not the money, not the house, not the awards. So the question becomes, what are you leaving behind? Are you living just to consume, or are you living to contribute? The poor mindset chases status. How do I look? How do they see me? Do they think I made it? But the rich mindset, it asks a better question. Who am I helping? Who will benefit from my work long after I'm gone? The rich mindset knows that success is not about being seen. It's about being significant. You don't need a spotlight to be a leader. You need a standard of integrity, a standard of consistency, a standard of compassion. Build something that matters. Build something that doesn't fall apart when the applause stops. Build something that lives when you don't. Because your children won't inherit your social media followers. They'll inherit your mindset, your habits, your principles, your legacy. The poor mindset lives only for today. YOLO, live fast, die young. But the rich mindset, it lives with eternity in mind. It understands that every choice creates a ripple, and every ripple creates a wave, and those waves shape the future. You were not born just to exist. You were born to elevate, to lift others, to lead others, to be the one who breaks the cycle in your family, the one who says, it ends with me. No more generational poverty. No more excuses. No more waiting for permission. The time is now. The rich mindset doesn't blame the past. It builds the future. It doesn't compete. It creates. It doesn't seek validation. It walks in conviction. That's the mindset that changes lives. That's the mindset that rewrites destinies. And let me tell you something. You have that in you right now, not after you make $1 million, not after you get the title, but right now, all you have to do is decide that you're not going to be another statistic. Decide that you're going to walk with purpose. Decide that you'll build a life your future self will thank you for. This is not about money. This is about meaning. This is not about being rich in wealth. It's about being rich in character, rich in spirit, rich in faith, rich in discipline, rich in love. Because when your mindset is rich, everything else will follow. So let this be your reminder. You were born for more. You were built to lead. And your legacy, it starts today.